This is what I hear from a lot of creators all the time. When you are creating something, you are just subconsciously just ripping people off. You just got to get better at being subtle at it. Most people like to refer to this process as taking inspiration.
Nightmares, they don't appear in my dreams. They're constructed from possibilities. What happens if
I don't take it as criticism, because at the end of the day, if you're going to take that as criticism, then you're going to have a bad time. And this is something that I did find rage-inducing. Going forward quite a bit, I did make a song called Rip Originality, which is all about that. People commenting on, hey, your music really sounds like this or the other. And that, at the time, really bothered me, but it really shouldn't. I feel like that's the biggest barrier of being a creator is yourself, because you will take negative comments out of anything. Someone saying that it reminds them of something means that they are finding familiarity in your work. I play guitar and bass. It's just two instruments, not even two. Most people consider them one instrument, although I would give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they are very different in the way that they are played. I used to play piano, and I kind of regret giving that up a little bit, but it hasn't hindered me much in the way that that my process works, because I literally just program a lot of music at the moment. I use electronic instruments, and I've been constantly getting better at making them sound more realistic and convincing. And by that point, you may as well just do it like that, because you have a much more versatile library of instruments at your disposal at that point. Favorite instrument? I have an automaton. Do you want to hear it?
But the way it basically works is you hold down this part for a note, so that being low notes, that high notes, and then you can accentuate that note by squishing the mouth open, so you could be like...
So my first video I uploaded was 2014. So realistically, I think I probably started doing some of the stuff that I'm doing right now probably a year beforehand, 2013, and I'm still very bad at it, but it's very fun being bad at it. Again, I used to play piano, and a lot of my fondest memories were making my own songs on piano. So realistically, I've probably been doing this for more like maybe 13 years, roundabouts. 4 years ago, I started working with a very big channel now, called The Stipendium. So I started out with a song called Way Deeper Down. I very much fondly look at that one the most, but I enjoy every song I've done of him. He really pushed me to my limits, is what I would say. But also, more recently, just kind of my sadness. Just stuff that I've been pretty miserable about recently. And actually, that's very, as strange as that sounds, that's made me happier than I've ever been, really, in a strange way about the music that I've made. Because being able to vent that free music is one, very inspiring. I come up with tunes based on real life events, based on kind of my own condition. That helps me to generate some inspiration, generate melodies and progressions, and it also helps me externalize it. So that is a very recent turn that I've been making in my music. And then very much more recently, over the last year, I've been weighing into that with my new EP, Way Out of My Depth. I really like it as a means of externalizing what I'm feeling, and you shouldn't feel... Sometimes I feel guilty about it, because I know that I could have it a lot worse. But I feel like if you are in a certain amount of grief, you shouldn't feel bad for externalizing it. That is another thing that I would actually like to touch on in my songs, because a lot of people feel guilt, and that comes at any level of sorrow. So that's just something that I feel like is a message that doesn't just need to be shied away from in music. I feel like that's something that people have to embrace everywhere, and just realize that they don't need to be guilty feeling the way that they are.